Hey everyone, it is Joanne Phillips with Let's Talk About It, and
Tammy Warner.
happy Wednesday. It's been a long week. So we're a day
Recovering
behind.
from St. Patty's.
Yeah, then a power outage. That was fun last night. So it's gonna be a short howdy doody today. Do have a couple of things to go over. As
Make sure you like
always,
and share.
like, share, follow. Make sure that you comment, give us your input. We'll have
Definitely.
more to talk about next week, but we're just gonna kind of plow through this today.
Also, real quick interlude. If you all have some ideas for anything that you would like us to do on our when we do our one video at the end of the month that's kind of about whatever,
Nah,
like
town
awesome,
politics.
that's not town politics, let us know. You can, in the comments here, let us know something you'd like us to talk about or what have you.
Yeah, last month it was menopause. We're working on, oh, it's not next week, it's actually the week after. So the last week in the month, we're doing a non-political yip yap.
Right.
Surveys. Clearly, you guys haven't filled them out. There's approximately 200 surveys that was have been received to date. 200 out of over 2,000 people that live here. I'm going to say it again, not to be an ass, but if you don't fill it out and you don't have your voice heard, that's on you. Then you're okay with whatever happens with the comprehensive plan. You got 2 days left. There will be some public input sessions as well, but don't stall because public input sessions will be based off of those surveys that were
Exactly.
received. So please, for the love of God, fill out the damn survey. You got 2 days left. And I'm not going to come knock on your door. I mean, I can badger you so much, but we can badger you so much, but here we are.
Yeah.
All right, on to a more serious subject, the backpack program at the school. There is a
Very
lot of you that may not know about the backpack program. I knew there was a backpack program, but I didn't actually know what it was.
logistics.
So I'm going to read this. Support the backpack program, helping students with weekend meals. The backpack program is designed to meet the needs of food insecure children on weekends when school meals are not available. Each bag is filled with food that is child friendly, non perishable, and easy to prepare. School staff and volunteers pack the bags weekly and they are discreetly distributed to participating students every Friday afternoon. School has been providing backpack, and I think Patty Ann Metzler actually started this program. Our school has been providing backpacks for students since 2012, which I was shocked when I found that out last night. The program began with a grant that decreased each year over 5 years until we became self sustaining. Students look forward to receiving backpacks filled with food every Friday so they have meals for the weekend. With the help of your donations, this program has become a great success and continues to make a difference. Every donation, big or small, helps us keep it going. Thank you for your support. And just to give you some numbers, and I'm not sure what the date was on this article on the website because I didn't see a date. It costs 200, and I'm willing to bet it might be a little higher. $273 per year to sponsor for one student. $4,095 for 15 students a year, and $8,190 for 30 students a year. I will put up the link to make donations, but I personally, Tammy doesn't even know this is coming out of my mouth. I personally, our personal goal, she knows this, is $5,000.
Yes.
I would love to get $9,000 for these kids so that it can be for 30 children. So I personally, for every person that donates, and it doesn't matter how much it is, you need to tell us, and I can verify it. You need to tell us. I'm going to put everybody's name in a hat, and I'm going to draw. If we get up to 5,000, I'll do one. If we get up to 9,000, I'll do two. I will draw for anybody who donated that's in the hat, randomly draw for a $100 gift certificate to whatever restaurant you want to go to.
Very nice. I'll contribute to that.
Yeah. So 5,000, we get to 5,000, it'll be one $100 gift certificate. If we get to 9,000, we'll do $200 to whatever restaurant you want to go to. So please, it's
You know
important.
what?
These are kids.
If there's one thing that I think that every single person in this community can unite, and it's hard, but there's one thing that should unite everybody, and it's the kids. It's the kids. Just the thought that we even have to do something like this is heartbreaking to me
Yeah,
on so many levels. We are such a rich country that it's so hard to believe that there are kids that go hungry. That's just, it shouldn't be happening. And thankfully, we have this in place to help the kids in our community. And I would really, really hope that everybody can unite and make sure these kids uh, don't go without. Don't go without a basic need in life. It's not a want, it's a need.
right. I mean, and honestly, there's the people that, oh, why do we always give handouts? It's not about that. I mean, you could be a single mom working two jobs with two kids and you still not making ends meet, right?
Struggle. How many people say you can't on two incomes? Do you know what it's like on one income for, when you have kids at home, little kids, they're expensive. It's expensive it, so maybe all the bills are being paid, but there's nothing extra for those things.
Listen, I can
Um,
tell you there was a time I was working two jobs, Todd was working full time, and we basically ate Kraft macaroni and cheese and ramen noodles because we didn't have the money.
Back when Jeremy and I were first starting, we were both teenagers and we had a young child. And I can remember my grocery budget was $30. That was my budget to get us through the week.
And
I
hence the
always made
reason
it
she
happen.
became a super couponer.
Yeah, I made it happen. But it was a struggle. And it's hard when a parent has to sit down and worry about those things. It's also heartbreaking for a parent. No parent should have to worry.
And mayonnaise sandwiches. I see a lot of Miracle Whip. I'm a Miracle Whip girl. Mayonnaise sandwiches. So again, please, if you can do a donation, 10, 20, whatever you can do. I'm personally going to do a $200 donation today.
Is the link, are we putting a
I
link
will
or?
put the link
Okay.
up when we put the video up. I'll put the link in our comments. I will make sure that link is everywhere. I will also put it on the video. You won't be able to click it, but I'll put it on the video in here while we're talking. So it's at the top. So again, if we can reach $5,000 in donations, we're going to put up $100 gift certificate to any restaurant you want
Yep.
to go to. If we get to $9,000, I'll do two. We'll do two. So if you donate, when you donate, shoot us a message.
Yes. Let
So
us
that's
know.
really important. This is really important. And
It
actually,
is.
my daughter, kudos to Danielle. She's the one that brought this to my attention.
Right, right. Absolutely.
And
Thank
she's
you
like, we
for
got to
bringing
feed the
that to our
kiddos,
attention.
mom.
I mean, if nothing else, people think you have, we may not have a huge platform, but every little bit of word of mouth helps.
Right. So our minimum goal is 5,000. Our high goal is 9,000. And I know we can do this.
I know we
And
can.
we can do this. All right. Moving on from that. Also want to, again, we're about promoting small business. We would like to say congratulations to Ashley Sabiano and Angel's Trumpet. They have leased some land and are going to be putting up some greenhouses and growing their own things for the florist.
And that's really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we do have one person for sure that's going to come on to the podcast to do an interview with us in regard to their business. I have feelers out to two will be going out today. I also I'm going to have to follow up with this one person that she had to think about it. And I get it. We get it. Listen, Tammy and I, when we did the pro show, what are you laughing at?
Well, because we get it.
We did it, right? We did it. And
Right.
I mean, it was when we first did it, we were scared to death
Yep. And initially, you weren't going to be
on camera.
on it all. You were just gonna, and that we realized, no, it worked well. And it
Yeah.
made it easier. And
So
if you
I'm
have other people conversing with you, it makes it much easier.
Exactly. It's hard. You can be camera shy. Here's the deal with the small business, the our home-based business and small business owners. It will be a podcast with just you on it, with us too. There will be no politics. There will be no nothing. Strictly about you and your
In your
business.
business.
So we really, really, I get it. You're scared and you're shy. Don't be, because there's nobody like Tammy and I
No,
can see each other. Guess what? We can't see you.
right?
So we're not like, oh my
And
God.
it's not going to be live, so it's not like you have to worry about, oh my goodness, if I screw. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you
Edit,
don't think
edit,
that
edit,
we don't
edit,
have to
edit,
edit out some,
edit, edit, edit.
we
I'm
can do
petrified
that.
that one of these times I'm gonna forget to take something out and then edit, and we're gonna be like, oh shit. Anyway, so that's that. We want you to come on our podcast to promote your business. So I do have some people lined up, but again, congrats to Ashley. Tool budget is up. You can find it on their website. Check out the school budget.
Give it a look.
I have not looked at that yet. Um, which the school budget is as bad as the town budget, trying to figure out what's what. It's very confusing. I think I have a little better handle on it this year than I did last year, but we'll see. So take a look at that. I haven't looked at it, but that's up. Let's see, emails. Okay, in between here, I'm just gonna say kudos to the town board for doing all these special meetings every Tuesday at 1 for our highway superintendent
Yes.
to get things moving for him. So kudos to
Yes.
the board of making this a priority. All right, so there were some emails that I had sent to the town board. Also, privilege of the floor that I had did the last town board meeting. I did get responses to that from the supervisor and council member Patterson. So I have new glasses. These aren't my reading glasses. These are actually my driving and everything else glasses, but we're gonna try this. All right. So the BAN, the bond anticipation note, is the interim bond that we took out, which was originally supposed to be 100,000. It ended up only being 90,000. So my question was, what is the interest rate? What interest rate is anticipated for the $100,000 ban? And what is the estimated annual dollar cost on interest? The interest rate is 3.69%. I'll have to do the math on that to figure how much that is annually. If construction doesn't begin for possibly 2, maybe even 3 years, and the ban may be renewed annually until permanent bonding occurs, what is the projected total interim interest cost? I would assume that the interest rate would change each year. If the ban, and the answer is if the ban is renewed after the initial year, the interest rate changes based on the market at that time. It didn't really answer the question. What's the projected total interim interest cost? Um, Next question. What issuance, bond counsel, or related costs, if any, will be associated with the band? Response. The bond attorney was paid a set amount when we started the referendum process. Don't know how much it was. Next question. It was stated that TAP reimbursement may occur after 2 or 3 payment cycles. Can the board provide a projected reimbursement timeline from DOT and general cash flow estimate for engineering expenses during this phase? It is a 6 to 8 week answer. It is a 6 to 8 week reimbursement window. I worked with the engineer to define how much the ban needed to be to cover all engineering vouchers from payment until reimbursement on an ongoing basis. Once we get the 80% reimbursement, that money will go back into the bond account to pay the next vouchers. And I know I did say this in a previous video. So what happens is it's not, let's say we put in a reimbursement for $10,000. We get reimbursed 80% of that, but that's not like, okay, so you're not getting anything until you reach your 20% match. So that means out of that $10,000, we'll get eight, and then the other 2,000 will go towards our taxpayer portion.
Right.
Next question. Given the Crusher One run was determined not to be ADA compliant and asphalt will be used instead, and that raised crosswalks were not approved by DOT, can the board provide the current engineer's cost estimate reflecting those design adjustments? Answer, the engineer contract is for a set amount. It is not to exceed that amount. DOT is now asking for concrete, not asphalt. We talked about that last week. Still didn't answer the question. Um, Next question. As the total project budget remains capped at 2.5 million, and the town has chosen not to pursue, I'm going to stop right there. This was before the third conversation that we're going that we are indeed going for another town grant. So this email was sent before that. As the total project budget remains capped at 2.5 million, and the town has chosen not to pursue additional TAP funding, can the board provide an updated map clearly showing the proposed sidewalk alignment, beginning and ending points, and estimated total length within the approved corridor, as well as proposed crosswalks? Response. We are now applying for a new TAP award. If we do not get it, or the town share cannot stay the same under the new award, we will stay within the current budget and the original design as far as where the sidewalks run, where the crosswalks are, etc. Still didn't really answer the question. I mean, not to be rude, but I didn't really get answers to the question. All right, so privilege of the floor. I asked for updates on the $440,000 pharmacy funds. Her response, we sent $40,000 in ARPA funds to attempt to bring a pharmacy to town. It was unsuccessful. We have asked the pharmacy to return the funds. As of today, they have not returned the funds. They did return all the private donations received, with the exception of anonymous ones, which makes sense because they didn't have the names of the anonymous donors. Again, kudos to Joanne for making that happen. The skate park. During the Recreation Commission meeting, which I heard they had a great meeting tomorrow night. I'll get details on that. We'll talk about it next week. During the Commission meeting, Council Member Patterson, yeah, this is what I said. Council Member Patterson mentioned that engineers and skate park experts have said the equipment is in good shape. Do we have the assessment in writing? And how recently was that evaluation done? Response, I have passed the full skate park file on to Chris as park liaison. I believe he's looking through it. When he is complete in his review, he should be able to answer your questions. My question, the sheriff's hub. It was mentioned last year that there would be an update in January. Could we have a status update on that as well? Response, the county did not include funding in the 2026 budget for a satellite station in New Lebanon. The sheriff would love to see it happen.
So, I,
Let it go.
so.
Yeah, we're gonna let that one go. I mean, we're gonna let that go. This stuff I went over last week, so I'm not gonna go over that again. But one of the questions was, um, my last question was also, has there been any consideration given to creating an archive section on the town website for older documents, such as minutes and resolutions prior to 2020? The website already includes budgets from 2012 to present and year-end financial information from 2015 present. Expanding access to historical documents could help residents better understand past decisions and may also reduce possible records requests to the town clerk. And I will tell you, and I mean, hand to God, when I started this whole audit thing, it was not, that was not my intention. I was just trying to figure out why we hadn't raised taxes.
Yeah.
So the more I dug, the more I found, the further I had to go back. And I mean, the poor town clerk had to, give me stuff back to 2014. So if it's easy accessible online,
Right.
tell me where it is. So the
Exactly.
answer
It
to
should
that
be.
is Sharon Powers is adding the minutes back to 2012 on the website. So I'm very happy about that.
All right.
I did also get an email from Council Member Patterson in regards to the skate park. Hi, Joanna. I just wanted to give you an update on the status of the skate park with respect to your privilege of the floor questions. Recently, Tistria gave me her file with the information related to the skate park. I have just finished going through it. There have been a lot of people involved in this project, and I'm reaching out to all of them in order to understand if there was any formal written documentation of any inspection of the ramps. I have been told verbally that inspections of the ramps were performed by multiple individuals, but will continue to spend the time to seek out formal documentation for you. And I'm sure that there was, but how long ago? We're on what, 5 or 6 years that
When
that
they were
stuff has
first
been
put
there.
over there, or, you know.
Hmm. If that is what you're looking for, it will take me some time to pursue all these avenues, but I didn't want to leave you hanging without a response to your question. As soon as I find any pertinent information, I will definitely share it with you. I'm really trying to focus my efforts on getting this project completed, but I will make sure to keep you and our community in the loop with pertinent information that I acquire. Thank you, Councilmember Passion,
Yes.
for that information. And we feel, many people feel that we don't get enough updates on anything.
Right.
I mean, so it's important that the board keeps us updated with everything. Most of these conversations I dominate, and like Tammy's my cheering section. But the fact of the matter is, it's much easier when you have somebody here that we can, and that will change eventually. But, and I
Yeah, because
also
right
just
now
want to,
she's the one that's got all this deep dive info.
and, and I also want to just remind people of how this all started. This was not my idea. This was her idea. This was, this was
Again, I
not
was
my
laying in
idea.
bed at night and messaged Joanna today.
I think we should do a podcast. And I was fairly hesitant about it. And I also want to say something. How do I want to say this? You'll have some input on this. So, when I started my campaign, when I agreed to run for town board, um, just so you know, I am a registered Democrat. I'm more of an independent, but I am a registered Democrat. Tammy, I think, is
An
independent,
independent.
right? Tammy had thought about running for town board too, so she actually had a little more knowledge on the Democratic side of, what would happen. So I went through the whole thing, and Tammy went with me. Like, she was my support animal through all this. Because I'm actually very shy. Oddly enough, I'm very shy, and I get freaked out with people. When things get too peoply, I
Put
freak
it this
out.
way, we get done with something, we get in the car, look at each other and go, okay,
We made it. It's
we did
over.
it.
Or better yet, don't say anything until you get out of the driveway. They have cameras. And Joanna, you really need to do something about your face. Oh boy. In any event, so Tammy had a completely different idea. All right, let me just cut to the point here. I did not say anything to Tammy about anything to try to change her mind. Most people
Right.
know where she was at, but where she ended up was she voted for all of us. That had nothing to do with me.
Nope.
Tammy experienced firsthand, without any of my voice in her ear, of the whole process.
Yep.
So there's that. But
Also firsthand having and for some people, and this is for me, facts matter, truth matters. And when the truth of something I know was changed, and
firsthand, because you were part of
right,
that
because
truth.
it was a conversation with me, I was very, very, very taken back by that. Very taken back by that. Again, we're all adults, we're grown-ups. Honesty is very, very important. And then trying to just pass it off when I wouldn't let it go, again, may seem small to other people, but don't change the narrative of a conversation in my own home. You may have 50,000 conversations to keep track of. I only had that one. So,
Same, same.
um, and I also have Joanna usually we're always conversing before, after, whatnot. So there's receipts.
Yeah, we have receipts. And quite honestly, there are some receipts in writing.
Hmm.
So,
And
so I digress. So the fact of the matter is this podcast was never my idea. This was all Tammy. I was very hesitant, but here we are. Yes, for now, I'm dominating the conversations because, I go down a rabbit hole researching something, and while I'm
oh,
researching that, something else pops up in that research that brings me down. Like I have clutches of baby bunnies everywhere from all these rabbit holes. So bear with us. We're still getting through it. That's all I got. You got anything?
no, that's pretty much it. Just
Okay.
again, please make sure you like, share, follow, and also if you can, make a donation
To
to
the
the
backpack
backpack
program.
program. If you can't, just share the information out with people and let them know. Once we put the link up, you can share that link with your friends, family, whatever. Um, and that would be a help, a huge help.
Right. Right. It's for the kiddos. Come on,
Yep,
guys.
for the
Let's
kids. Let's
rally
get the
around
word
the
out.
kids. As always, thank you for your time and listening to, in particular, me babble on.
We wish
And
you all a great day and a wonderful weekend.
stay warm. It's cold today.
Hopefully, our electric is all done being wonky.
Exactly. So we will see you guys next week. And thank you again. Bye.